that. And holy crap, we're live. Look at that. Everyone's in the right spot. Looks like everyone's character has the right name. If you don't, it's too late now.
Can't go back.
Can't go back. No going back. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're down a Jeff and a Maitre, so we're doing an Alien one-shot. I really... earlier in the week, there was a conversation where Jeff said he had a work thing going on, so he wouldn't be able to join. And Maitre had something going on today, so she wouldn't be able to join. And I'm just like, I need to come up with a one-shot. So I spent a lot of energy thinking of a really good Mouse Ritter one-shot. It just absolutely nothing. So one night I was being a smartass to my wife on the couch, and I thought of something very stupid and funny. I'm like, well, that's an Alien one-shot if I've ever heard it. So that's what we're doing. Yes, Alien. Today's adventure is called Nobody Laughs in Space. It's going to be something. John, Dan, this may or may not give war flashbacks to my Hanks to Know You adventure. Hopefully it's a little more coherent than that. But enough of that. Let's do some introductions, and then we'll get into this Hot Mess Express. Adam, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm playing the Higgs boson. I am a scientist of this vessel or colony or whatever we're on, and I am here to discover new things and hopefully have them named after me. I think having something named after Higgs boson would be really great.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Only there was something named after Higgs boson. Speaking of that, you all are on a ship. A cargo vessel. You all are currently transporting a very large shipment of sulfur hexafluoride to whatever colony needs it. That's not important here. So we will, after we do all the introductions, we will need to come up with the name for this vessel. I was going to name it
The Hot Pocket?
Yes, but Melissa has objected to my naming of ships the Hot Pocket a few times.
What?
So I figured I would give an opportunity for there to be a different name than the Hot Pocket. But speaking of Melissa,
we could do the Biggs Hosan.
We could. Anyway, Melissa, who are you playing?
So I am playing Zara Tonelli. She is a space marine, which is stereotypically about all you need to know about her. She would like to be pointed in the direction of something to shoot.
Very nice. I am quite relieved that you picked Space Marine, because so far we had a very, very low DPS style party. And I'm like, okay.
And there might be things that need shooting.
There very well might be.
I don't have a gun.
Yeah, it could be rough.
Well, what would you need a gun for in order to study things, unless you're studying ballistics?
Which I'm not.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes you need to take the life out of something, and then you can study it.
Yeah.
Well, we've got all sorts of chemicals for that.
If you would like to walk up to things and hand it chemicals, then you can try that and see how that works.
Hypodermic needle will do the job just fine.
Now, if only you could put hypodermic needles in a gun.
They have them.
We just need the syringer from Fallout.
They're in the Colonial Marine book. They have dart guns.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Zara does not come with a dart gun, unfortunately.
That's okay. All right, John, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm John. I am playing Paul. Paul is the pilot of the ship. Paul is a synthetic. Paul wishes to observe proper safety protocols and ensure the safety and well-being of all crew. Have a wonderful day.
Very nice. Steven, what you got, man?
Yeah, I'm Marvin. I keep this ship running. I keep it all together, and I ain't getting paid enough for it.
That's fair. I can put a dog on screen too. Look at him. He's even got a sweater on.
Oh, that's like
Aw.
bonus points right there.
Yeah. All right, get out of here, you mutt.
Just kicks him off screen.
Dan.
And I'm playing Cal, and I keep our crew running. I think probably maybe.
Oh, because you're the medic. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
playing the medic.
So Marvin
Maybe I do
fixes
some
things,
experiments.
and Cal fixes people,
Yeah.
and Paul keeps people from breaking. Zara breaks
Zara
people,
unfixes people. Yeah.
and
Well, I keep people from being broken
that is true.
by
That is
breaking
true.
them first.
A good defense is a strong offense.
Something like that.
Like how it works.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, what's the name of your ship?
The heist Tasha.
Heist Tasha. What is that?
It's exactly like it sounds. It's a heist Tasha.
Any objections?
assume-
Adam suggested it, so we can't go with it. There's an ulterior
I-
motive
I
there
offered up
somewhere. Look
cinnamon
at him
roll.
smiling.
Keeping it in the realm of pastries.
Somehow
I
I
feel
feel
like
like should I like look
German
up in
Hot Pocket.
German to English translation?
Yeah, he's got some. What is it, Adam?
Well, heist is a temperature. If it's not farm or cult, it's heist. It's hot. And then Tasha is
There we go.
it's a pocket. So
That's
There we go,
what
there
I
we go.
figured. That's exactly what
This,
I
this
figured.
is,
It's how
this is
we
what
ended
I
up with
believed it was.
Calidi Sinum, which I
Yeah.
think is the Latin version. So
Yeah.
heist Tasha it is.
Okay.
It does sound better than Hot Pocket.
You are all on the ship Heist Tasha, traveling along regular supply delivery. And then Paul, you pick up a distress signal.
Is there is someone in charge, or are we just a bunch of roaming space truckers with no one in any kind of authoritative role?
It's a collective.
Okay.
We all vote now.
It's true democracy on how this ship is
Yeah.
ran.
Sure.
Anyway.
I vote we get a raise.
Oh,
I didn't vote for that, so sorry.
yeah, Paul is the pilot. You pick up a distress signal. It's coming from a nearby planet, and it's a very just basic text style signal. It's got 4 lines tied to it. Archaeological survey, mechanical failure, supplies running low, immediate assistance needed.
So we're currently on a cargo run ourselves.
Correct.
Okay. How much time do we have?
Well, you're ahead of schedule, so
Okay.
it wouldn't be too bad. I would probably point out that there are some legal requirements and safety requirements when it comes to distress signals as well.
Yeah. So I was thinking, is the crew currently in hypersleep, or are they?
Nah, because that takes too long and it's boring. So you're all up doing things.
Okay. All right. I will flip on the intercom and be like, we have received a distress signal, letting you know we are moving to render assistance.
Unfortunately, I think we're required to participate. Dang it.
Indeed.
By space law.
By space.
I don't make us go any faster. I follow the space speed law. So
Right.
Those damn space bureaucrats.
Right?
rules exist for a reason. And
They
that
could at
reason,
least increase the speed limit here, though. God.
Yeah, you all start moving on. I'll say you all convene on the bridge to get a look at this, whatever the step below M class style planet is. It's survivable, kinda, not really suitable. You will need Evo suits, and I'll say you all have whatever the baseline Evo suit is, just because it's like tracking torches and arrows. It's just not fun. But you see that picking up this distress signal, kind of zooming in on it with your telescopic spaceship camera, you can see there's a strange structure on the surface. Slightly outside of that, you do see a transport vessel. Grounded. Looks like it landed safely. Don't see any signs of trouble, at least from orbital view. What do you all want to do?
And directly on top of it.
I would look for a suitable landing
Sure.
place.
Give me a
Try to
piloting
set up.
test. Yeah, bullet success. Not a problem. You find a spot, you set it down, and that's my setup for the adventure. We'll hop on over. You put your suits on. You take a few steps outside. You can see a vessel, fairly nice looking style vessel, not necessarily designed for a lot of cargo or a lot of personnel, but it would get the job done. And then you see this strange structure kind of sticking out of the ground. What do y'all want to do?
Check the ship first, probably. I assume it's sending the distress beacon, maybe.
While you do that, I will walk the perimeter.
Say that again.
While you do that, I will walk the perimeter.
Sure. Actually, so okay, here, Cal, give me a Comtech.
Feel I have lots of points in.
And then Zara.
Oh, look at that. I still got a success.
Nice. Zara, I want you to give me a test as well. I just got to look at skills because I can never
Observation?
remember. Observation. Yes, you are absolutely correct.
I put a point in that.
Nice.
2 successes.
Okay. So Cal, you sit down at the terminal there in the heist Tosh, and you do a few scans, and actually no, the distress signal is not coming from SoCal. He named it after you there, Stephen.
I'm actually not in SoCal. I'm in Northern California.
You're a no-cal.
So no Cal.
Okay. Yeah, the distress signal is coming from the structure itself and not the ship. In fact, you're not getting any energy readings from the ship whatsoever. It is completely and entirely powered down.
It's somewhat unexpected.
Well, that's quite the structure there. From this distance, it looks like it could have been here before. I'm going to go take a look at it.
Okay. Well, before you do that, let's hop over to Zara. Zara, you went ahead, suited up, geared up, headed on out. You're doing a full perimeter sweep. Are you doing full perimeter of the other ship, your ship, the structure, all three in a combination? What are you doing?
Basically doing a wide berth around all 3.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So you can see that no signs of movement. I'll give that to you first, free information. No signs of movement. Looking at the other ship, you can see that it is in good shape. You can see there's been lots of traffic. In fact, they set down a very crude, like grading, almost like a road between the ship and the structure, probably to kind of make it easier to move equipment in and out between the two. You do see that there's just absolutely no power on the ship, just from the exterior. Like as you're walking by, you're kind of checking the entries, exits, everything. And usually on those panels, there's always a few lights to let you know whether the door is locked, it's open, or it can be open. Those panels all appear just completely dead from this distance. You move around go ahead.
I was just looking for any footprints or signs of wreckage or anything like that.
Yeah. So far as footprints, no, there's no real signs of around the ship or anything like that. Anything that seems out of place, you're not seeing anything. There is a decent amount of wind on this planet, so there's a chance it could have been blown away if it was there, but you're not seeing anything. And as far as the structure goes, it looks old. You can see there are piles of rock here and there nearby. It looks like they probably had to break this thing out of, probably a good number of years worth of sediment. Around the kind of the exterior wall of the structure, you can see there are some piles of like some crates here and there, maybe some tarps over it. Everything's got a light coating of dust, like it hasn't been touched in a couple of days to a couple of weeks, maybe. You can very clearly see as you're kind of moving around the main entrance to this structure. And it's on that temporary roading between that ship and the structure. There is a door there. It's not the same kind of doors like the structure's made out of. It's like they put a door in place just to give some kind of like environmental seal. And you can see that there is power to the terminal on that door. There's a few, like, you call them windows on this structure here and there. You can see a dim glow of light. But they're kind of opaque, not something you could really see through. Is there anything else you're kind of looking for?
No, I'll just kind of radio back to everyone that exterior appears all clear, no signs of movement. The terrain is not showing any recent footprints or anything. Seems to be some power outages and some power in other places. Marvin, there was some crates or things if you might want to take a look at those, but no immediate dangers.
All right, maybe we'll get some salvage out of this.
Perhaps.
Well,
Paul will try first to just see if he can get any kind of readings off of the structure, and then probably start cycling through radio channels to see if anyone answers.
All right, give me a comtech.
Sure.
Starting out with a comtech, at least for the readings on the structure, you already have information from Cal that the distress signal is coming from the structure. And there seems to be some level of power in the structure. As far as readings, as a cargo vessel, I don't imagine you've got a really robust suite of sensors. But it is some kind of a metallic. You're getting a...
Heat signatures from the structure at all?
Yeah, you would be getting a heat signature. There is... it is powered. You can get that with that heat signature that it is at least temperature controlled.
Okay.
Probably you're also going to pick up that it's got, atmospheric kind of generation in there. It's got a breathable environment inside. As far as any more specific style heat signatures, like if you're trying to pick up like individuals, you're not picking that up with that.
Set up for that. Makes sense.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that before we do anything else, we should work on making sure that this is fully documented.
That is an excellent idea.
I take out a digital camera and I start recording.
We can leave our Blair Witch Project evidence behind.
Well, yeah, I suppose we're digging up centuries-old references, but yes.
Paul pulls out his like actual like paper pilot's logbook and a little 0G pen and very neatly writes down that we landed here.
Marvin moons the camera.
As you do.
You guys, another case of biology, yes, but I think it's already been studied. So nothing new here, but Yes. Prime
Your
example.
mom was studying it last night, Higgs.
Prime example of what we would call Neanderthal logic. So, yes, thank you for the reminder that not all of us are as inquisitive about learning new things as others.
Yeah, that I think if we were going to do buddies and rivals, that would have given us a clear answer right there.
Go check the space B&B out.
Okay, yeah, so I guess that's my next question. Zara, you've already returned, you've given your report. What's going on?
Could we all go?
Yeah, I
Being
mean,
on the ship?
feel like that's the fastest way to approach death, is to just go right to it.
Well, it's interesting that they would have a structure here, and just looking at it, I would say that this would be the top of some sort of a spire in a city that had been covered by all this dust around here. It would take forever to dig it out. So, if things are still intact, we could be going quite deep below.
True, but I would expect that whoever it sent the distress signal, if they are still alive, will probably be near the source of that signal, which is probably located in the upper regions.
Well, also speaking of centuries-old references, this building does look like something that would have been made in the 1970s. So, perhaps it's just they have received television signals from such a long time ago and decided to build something in its stead, inspired by it.
If we're looking for a door in, might we want to use the door that's got some power to it?
Or doors are good doors.
So she'll bring everyone to the door
Yeah.
that seemed to have the power.
Yeah, you all get suited up, you head over there. Yeah, Zara, as you approach the door, just a standard no security style panel. I mean, it's got just like your 3 buttons for your standard kind of airlock: open exterior, open interior, vent middle. So you can confirm that the interior door is closed. So you open the exterior, you move in. If you would want to, of course, close the exterior so you can then get to the interior. Standard kind of airlock kind of setup. Y'all going in?
Dara would go first,
very
gun
well.
up.
Sure. Yeah, as you all enter, this has very much been kind of like retrofitted as like a command station almost for whatever's going here. You can see computer equipment, you can see power generators, you can see everything that would kind of be needed to run this as its own standalone unit. See some terminals here and there. You can see there are passages that lead deeper into the structure. Anything you're all wanting to do here?
I would like to check the records of this terminal in front of us. So I guess I should get out my seats and system diagnostic device and get to work.
Yeah.
The SSDD.
Yes. Give me a Comtech. Anyone else checking anything out?
Those crates and containers that Zara found.
Those were on the exterior. Do you want to head back out and look at those?
Yeah, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Looks like it didn't give me a chance to add something. So when you want to add something to it, you right click it.
Yes, you right click it. Yeah.
All right.
If you just want to throw an extra D6 out there, because your Sigson should have given a +1, if I'm correct.
It's +2 actually.
Oh.
So I'll roll 2 D6s and.
Doctor, would you like some assistance?
Now it appears that I am not on my game today.
Well, one success is good enough. As you move up to this terminal, you very specifically stated you're looking through logs. It takes you 15 to 20 minutes to really get into it, to get it found.
Okay. Why
but,
would they organize their directory structure like this?
You, Adam, I hope this works. You should get a document pop up that says terminal info.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, that's fine.
Oh.
The show individual players doesn't work great, so I'm just going to do show all. While you're reading through that, we'll go back to Marvin. Marvin, you step back outside to go inspect those crates. Opening these crates, it's a lot of supplies, non-perishable style supplies. So you don't find any food. You do find plenty of digging, excavation equipment. You can find some spare, like Evo suits, spare clothing, everything that you would need for an extended stay in a remote place. It would have, like I said, there's no food, no water here, no medical supplies, but everything else it would be. You even find some scientific equipment here and there. The thing that's going to catch you is that there is one crate that you find that's listed as, I'm trying to think of the exact wording, but it's something like discovered items that don't appear to have any significance at this time. Whatever the fancy way of saying that is.
Inconsequential discoveries?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Each one's bagged, numbered, labeled.
What do they look like? Like rocks?
There's some rocks here and there. Every now and then you'll get some brightly colored pieces of what almost look like fabric. There's like bright oranges, there's some bright yellows, some bright reds, blues, purples. Just tatters of what appears to be fabric here and there through these different bags. Each one's cataloged in this thing. There also seems to be some traces of like fiber, also kind of matching that brightly colored kind of motif. And it's this very, very shiny, very highly textured fiber. Think of almost like a wool or a yarn or something like that. Lots of movement in it.
Well, so much for salvage. This is all worthless. The digging equipment, did any of those tools seem like they'd be useful?
Yeah. So as far as digging equipment goes, I would say you could treat stuff as like blunt instruments. It would be good for that. There would be some cutting torches, nothing outright weaponry. There would be some basic tools like shovels, pry bars.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll head inside then. Adam, were you going to say something?
If anybody's still alive, they're in the laboratory. So they found some artifacts as they were excavating things, and then they found a burial chamber. That's interesting. They only removed one urn, but they're getting superstitious because they think this place is haunted. And then they said it was not safe. So it's a good thing we've got our Marine with us. But they said they would be hiding in the lab. So we should go to the lab and maybe we'll see what else they've discovered.
I'll try to pull up like maybe a map of what they have here.
Yeah. Just pull me another contact test.
Sure thing.
You are a synth, so you are unable to push. Yeah, there is no floor layout, no mapping of any kind. So,
well, I've got it.
How many successes did you pull?
0.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me or him?
Adam, you said
John.
you got it. What do you got?
Oh no, I was like, I've got it. If they're still alive, then they'll be moving. As I'll pull out my motion tracker.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And-
Are the rest of you, because it's going to take a while for Marvin and for Higgs to kind of do what they're doing. So Cal, Paul, Zara, are you doing anything in this area while they're doing that?
Might just be kind of casually looking around
Sure.
to see if there's any
Observation would be
Odds and
fine.
ends. Yeah.
Paul or Zara, anything?
Success. Unknown org.
Just I'd probably talk to Cal about. It did seem to indicate that there is probably a dead body at this point in the cryo tube.
Well, they might not be dead yet.
Unless they manage to route power to just that.
Well,
We should consider trying to get access.
one thing I would point out: the ship was completely dead. The station inside here, inside this site, it is powered.
Mhm.
And you can see the equipment. So if the cryo's here in the station, it would have power. If it's in the ship,
Right.
then it would be unpowered. So just clarifying that.
No, that's what I figured.
50-50. Maybe they're alive in here or dead out there.
Indeed.
Seems like our priority should be finding the person hiding in the lab. If someone is in cryo, they can probably hold out a little bit longer. Maybe that should be our stop number 2.
Yes.
I'm gonna look to see if there's any signs like put up on the walls that say like anything.
You know what? Let's just do a luck roll on this. High or low, man?
Hi.
87. There are some indicators here and there, pointing to the kind of different locations. There is an area for, like they got dormitory somewhere in here. Like just, there's going to be signs for the laboratory, one for the dig sites, burial chamber. Like there's different places here that give you enough direction to kind of go around here and there. Now for Cal, as you spent some time looking around, I'm going to give you find 2 things that are kind of interesting. A lot of these surface is in here, and it's not a consistent uniform covering, but there's plenty of spots of this very fine, kind of sparkly material, almost like sand, but no, it's a little too
Glitter.
fine, very kind of silverish looking. You see that here and there. But the other thing that you see is you actually see kind of almost behind like a terminal or a crate or something kind of hidden, is what initially you thought was a bit of yellow cloth lying on the ground.
It is instead.
What's that?
Or go look at it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Pick it up, and it's a very kind of elasticy, kind of like spandexy, not less spandex, latexy kind of material. Lots of stretch to it. Kind of like tubular shaped almost, but it's been just shredded.
I know what this stuff is.
If anyone wants to check it out, yeah.
No, yes, I would definitely like to
Kind of fun.
take a look at it. Yeah. This is the most interesting part, is discovering things.
Survival test there for you, Adam. I believe that's survival. Whatever the science-based skill is.
Observation.
Observation. You are correct.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look here.
Yeah, it appears to be just latex. Like a thin, stretchy, rubbery material. This bright yellow coloring. On the interior wall of it, it's got like almost this really fine, kind of like white, powdery kind of substance in it.
So for every success I roll, I can ask you one question.
Sure.
And that and one of those questions is, what is its purpose?
What is good God? Did I have to answer that?
No, you don't. Well, you must answer truthfully, but you are allowed to give vague or incomplete answers in order to avoid spoiling the scenario.
It would appear to have no practical purpose. I'm trying to think of how I can answer that. It is not dishwashing gloves.
That was my guess because they're yellow and they usually have like a
Yeah.
little bit of stuff on the inside.
Unfortunately, like I'm piecing it together, and it sounds like it's a balloon.
I will tell you that no, because in fact, no practical purpose, because it does remind you of the kind of childhood playthings known as balloons.
I don't know why, but I remembered they tend to have the powdery substance on the inside of them.
Perhaps they were balloons filled with a substance. Perhaps they were smugglers.
Like either that
You
or
did say
they're-
white powder.
I did.
It didn't say what kind.
Higgs, can you identify the white powder?
I suppose so. If we get to a lab, I can definitely do it.
The lab is this way.
Well, I'll take a small little sample here and put that away, and then we'll get that under a microscope and we'll take a look, or maybe a centrifuge or something like that, and see what it turns into.
Yeah, Zara, give me an observation test.
Fail.
Okay. Do you want to push that?
Awesome.
Sure.
Get that stress built up somehow. Still a fail.
Still
Never
a
mind.
fail.
Everything's
Oh
great.
no.
Everything's great.
Are we able to look at the shape of this? So was it like a large balloon, a small balloon, a round balloon?
It was a.
Was it a dog or a sword or a bicycle?
Was there 99 of them? Oh, nope, they're not red.
No, wrong color.
Oh,
They
okay.
are. It would be a kind of putting the pieces together. And in fact, you actually kind of look where Cal found it, and you can find the part of the balloon where the little knot was that kind of tied it shut. Laying it out, it looks like it would be a very long, skinny balloon.
Perhaps someone was practicing making dogs and just didn't do it right.
Mm,
Or it's just a worm
It's
or a
just
noodle.
maybe
That's
they were
the
building a
one
clown.
balloon animal I can make is the worm.
Yeah, I can make the worm or in the noodle.
Mhm.
Are we still wearing our EVA suits or have we taken those off through the airlock?
You have not told me you've taken them off, so I'm presuming they're still on. There is a breathable environment in here, so you are welcome to take them off if you want to, or you're welcome to keep them on. It's entirely up to you.
Seeing as how there's a large amount of this white powder everywhere, just in case it is anthrax, I would recommend leaving that on.
Now, I will say the powder that, or the substance that Cal pointed out is not white. It's very shiny, small, reflective bits. In fact, if you looked at it, Higgs, your initial thought, being the scientist that you are, to be like, is this like ground mica or something?
Yes, I think that still it could be an irritant in the lungs, and yeah, it could be ground mica, but I don't see a factory around here making wood out of formica, so
Yeah.
Indeed.
not trying to make a joke, but oh well.
It was quite amusing.
We about ready to go to the lab?
Let's keep going.
Okay. Yeah, as you start following the signs for the lab, you actually, as you're along the way, kind of moving through these dark, narrow corridors, you do actually see there's a small sign off to the side that says Temp Cryo. Do you want to continue following the path to the lab or investigate this?
Paul, you did say that you wanted to look at who might be in there.
True. Why don't you all continue forward to the lab? I will investigate the cryo.
I do believe that splitting our efforts will get things accomplished more quickly. But do you happen to have a neurovisor?
I do not.
Well, would you like to use mine?
Certainly.
Okay. Well, here you go. Just I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, but be careful with it. It's very sensitive
Of course.
machinery. Electronics. Silly me.
Do keep
I'll
me
go with
apprised
Paul
of
to the
what you
cryo.
find in the lab.
Okay.
heading to the lab. There's potential medical needs there.
Okay. So who's going where?
They're
Uh,
all going to the lab, I think, and I'm going to go to the cryo.
I'll go with Paul to cryo because I got a cutting torch in case we need to get someone out of there.
Okay. And Zara, lab? Cryo?
Yes.
Lab.
Lab.
Okay. Cool. You know what? 1 to 2, we're gonna go lab first. 3 to 4, we're gonna go cryo first. We're gonna go cryo first.
Nice.
Yeah. As your party splits, some of you head over to cryo. And this would be, if I'm correct, Paul and Marvin. Yeah, you find your way to cryo. It's powered. Door slides open. You can see there's a few cryopods set up in here. Only one of them appears to be occupied. And you can see there's someone inside. There's the equipment to power it. There's also a health monitor attached to it. It looks like really they just set up like they took a closet and threw some equipment in here and a couple cryopods. What do you want to do?
I'm going to approach and just see if there's that it's still, there's a monitored heartbeat and respiration, or make sure the person is still alive at this point before I do anything else.
Hang on a second. My son's passing through and he's making a lot of noise. And there he goes. Okay. Yeah, checking out the vitals on the little terminal hooked up to it. I won't make you roll for this. They're very present. There are vitals there. Now, Paul, you have monitored the crew many times as they were in cryo. So you already have a decent baseline of what would be normal readings on this. And these readings, they are kind of weak. This person is definitely in some form of distress.
All right.
For more information on that, I would want a survival test. Dan, which way did you go again?
I went
You
to
went
the
to
lab.
the lab.
Okay, cool.
I could do survival and give it a shot.
Paul is checking that out. Marvin, what do you got going?
I'm talking to Paul. I think we need to figure out our share distribution a little bit better, because the way I see it, you and I, we run the ship 90% of the time. You're flying it. I'm making sure the engines work. The medic, the marine, the scientist, what are they doing while we're carrying cargo from point A to point B? Okay, like they work 1 day to every 10 days you and I work. This isn't a fair distribution. And no offense, but you're a robot too. So like, honestly, I should probably be getting paid more than you, because I actually require things to live. Like I've got upkeep that I got to pay rent. I got child support. I got alimony.
Marvin, we've discussed this before. Would you like my income?
Well, yes, I've already told you yes, but I've been waiting for those. I've been waiting for the transfers to clear, and it's not been happening. I thought we were going to get it automated or something like that.
It's difficult to do when one is a synthetic. You don't get the same privileges that organic beings get.
But here's the thing. I'm saying, like, between your pay and my pay, we should be getting 90% of the take-home pay out of this whole crew. Like, we do 90% of the work, we get 90% of the pay. I need you on board with me on this. Like, we gotta take this to our management and get this sorted out.
Is now the best time to discuss these matters?
Well, I just figured we're alone. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, we'll talk about this later. But
Sure.
Get that transfer going.
Oh, of course.
I feel like I've heard that conversation somewhere before. Anyway, yeah, vitals seem weak. Why don't both of you give me an observation test?
Sure.
I'm great at these.
Paul did good.
Did mine not go through?
I don't see yours.
There it goes.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, I got one with my 2 dice.
You got one with your 2 dice. As you're in the middle of this conversation, it suddenly cuts short as you both hear like a squeaking noise, like the sound of like rubber rubbing against rubber, like that kind of
Oh,
high pitched, almost unpleasant squeak.
that is an unpleasant squeak.
Like a clown shoe.
No, no,
Like a balloon, like when you pull the balloon tight.
that
as
might
air
be a
is
good
going through.
description of it if you were here.
Two balloons together, and you get that. Yeah.
I'm firing up the cutting torch. I got it ready to go.
Yeah. As soon as you make the noise of fire, like there's the spark, there's the small whoosh of the flame. It goes quiet.
I'm going to plug the neurovisor in to the cryopod.
What does the neurovisor even do? Does it just let you
It-
look into their dreams?
Yeah, and you can kind of communicate with them in their dreams. Like it kind of VR inserts you into it to have a
Yeah.
little bit of a conversation without having to wake them up.
Right. So remember to keep your dreams clean because your supervisor could be watching.
That's a big ask. Yeah, you plug in. You are connected into the dreams of a scientist by the name of Harmon. You can see that he's having dreams of archaeological shit, like he's digging, but there's always just something looming over him. It's almost like borderline nightmare as he turns and whatever presence he was feeling is gone. And you can tell he kind of picks up that you're there. It's like a hello?
Hello, Dr. Harmon.
Yeah. Oh, you must be new to the site. Are you the new scent that they sent?
I am a synth, but we heard there was a distress call. I was simply checking on your cryopod. We had heard that you were injured. We were wondering if you could give us any further information. Is everything going okay in here?
There's a very hard and drastic scene change. Like there's a flash of lightning and all of a sudden you find you're standing next to him in what looks like a clean room, like a lab. A lot of things are out of focus. There's a lot of stuff kind of like on the table. He's like, I wasn't hurt. As there's this strange looking like container, this urn sitting on a table in front of him. And he's slowly working on unscrewing the top of it. I wasn't hurt. I got some of this on me and I got sick. As he kind of like starts unscrewing it from the seams along the top of the cap, you can see there's this purplish kind of fluid that starts bubbling out.
And you found multiple of these urns?
Yeah, there was a burial chamber just full of them.
A burial chamber to what? Do you know?
I don't it was just full of these urns. We presumed it was where they interned their dead. We were going to open one up, but this stuff came out of it and it got on me. It ate right through my glove. And you can see he's got his hands there. He's just got this purple, thick, mucusy looking stuff with all these bright, shiny bits of pigment in it on his hands. And it's just kind of almost sizzling. And he kind of collapses. And then the scene shifts back to him kind of digging and doing archaeological stuff. And you can see now kind of looking at him, he's a lot paler. It looks like he's a lot more gaunt in his features.
All right. Well, Dr. Harmon, I am going to disconnect now and inform my team of what you have informed me and give them a warning. Will you be okay here?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep digging, I think.
That sounds. Find a peaceable memory and enjoy your digging.
Okay, you pull out. As Marvin, you're still kind of keeping watch with your torch going. No further signs of that squeaking.
I'll get on the radio and let the other team know.
Okay.
If you come across any urns, be very careful. They contain some sort of caustic fluid or semi-solid that is capable of eating through like gloves and things. So you'll want to be very careful.
Okay. Well, before anyone replies to that, let's put a pin in that conversation because it's going to actually come in a little bit later as we
They're
switch
gonna
over.
find an urn right now.
As
Yeah.
we switch over to the other team, you're following the signs leading to the lab, and eventually you find it. It's this large, aluminum looking like clean room built in like this big empty chamber inside of this place. You can see that it's got several chambers inside. There's these big viewing windows all over it. And you can see that the door is just, once again, it's a simple just command interface to open it. Doesn't take anything. But as you're kind of moving up to it, you can see that there seems to be, in this first room, there's a desk with a terminal on it. And it looks like there's someone like huddled up, like crammed underneath the desk. And you're on the outside looking in.
Peculiar place to sleep, although I can't say I haven't done it before.
Zara's going in first, gun up.
Okay.
Higgs is just staring at the motion tracker.
Okay. So yeah, you're staring at it as you see Zara's dot moving up to the door. Cal, you're kind of standing at the window looking in. Zara, you move up, you open the door. There's the hiss of a slight pressure difference. And Zara, you'll see that the person under the desk, they kind of start to move a little bit, not out. They're like tucking in farther underneath this desk, like trying to make themselves smaller under it. And Higgs, you would see that on your tracker. You kind of get that little blip of movement. But as you see this little blip of movement, you see another small blip somewhere behind you coming from like the corridor that you just came out of into this larger area.
It appears there's someone else down that way, too. As I look over towards Cal.
Cal, give me an observation.
All right. Ah,
Hello.
You gonna push that?
yeah, why not? Oh,
You hear this strange high-pitched squeaking noise, like what I described for the other team. Go ahead and roll me that stress. You're keeping it together as you hear it and you're listening, and then all of a sudden it stops and that blip kind of goes away. Now, Zara, as you're in this chamber, you see this person's trying to hide very poorly under this desk, more so than what they already are.
So, leaving the gun up, she's just going to gruffly say, "We received a distress call."
Oh, God. As this gangly, goofy looking guy kind of starts trying to escape out from under this desk.
Slowly. Move slowly. I do have a gun on you. No sudden movements.
Okay.
Identify yourself.
Give me a second. I'm Dr. Kolvig.
Did you send the distress signal?
I did. I said it. It's not safe. I'm hiding from it. And as he's slowly moving out, you can see he's got this real sickly, pale look to him. It looks like he's got some kind of illness going on. His face looks swollen and puffy. His clothes.
Did you also touch the purple substance?
I didn't. As he kind of points over in this big kind of like clean environment, you can see there's another chamber he kind of points to, and you can see there's this urn with this purple kind of sparkly fluid kind of like almost bubbling out of it, kind of dripping over. And that's when you get the calm tie-in from Paul there, warning you, don't touch it. It's caustic. I didn't, but it got out.
Yes, I see in your record you said that there was a containment breach.
It got out. It's out. It's somewhere.
Can you describe it?
Yes. What is it? Yes, it. What is it?
It's got the colors, and you're getting as he's very much highly distressed, almost incoherent, as he starts describing like we took its things. It's somewhere, and he points to a drawer nearby, like its things are in there. It's coming. It took the rest. It was just me. And Harmon, he's still, but he's got it too.
Do you mind if we use some of your laboratory equipment?
Yeah. Go. I mean, no. Go. Yeah. You can.
Do you have any extra logs of things you've discovered from these artifacts?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think it would be good to find out. Do you know what this powder is? I was going to analyze it, but if you've already identified it, then...
Yes, it's starch.
Starch?
Yes. Plain, simple starch. It keeps them from sticking together.
Keeps...
Damn.
What? From sticking together?
There, and he points at that same drawer again.
All right, without really thinking about it, Higgs will go over and open the drawer.
I appreciate that very much.
Dozens of balloon animals fly out.
As you see, very strange looking relics in this drawer. We need to go before it comes back.
Well, I see there's this blob of very fibrous material as I pull out the wig. This is
So for sake, I'm gonna say by this point, Paul and Marvin, you meet up with Cal outside. You can see that
You guys
Zara-
making funny squeaking noises?
No, but we heard that.
Yeah, you see Zara and you see Higgs talking to this guy. Zara's got his gun, or I'm sorry, her gun trained on him. And you see Higgs holding up this fibrous thing. And Marvin, you would immediately recognize it as some of the shit that you saw in the crates outside. Anyway, continuing on. Yeah, it's the thing. It wants it. It wants it.
Did you not just give it?
No, it would take us. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I wonder what the bladder on this device is for. As I squeeze it, and there's a
With the sound of that horn toot,
You summoned it.
he drops to his knees suddenly. Now, this guy's still kind of like in his Evo suit, like he's trying to maintain, and you can see that he starts laughing maniacally. As you can see, he starts to kind of like ripple underneath this suit. through the little vents here and there in the enviro suit, this reddish floof starts poking out as he looks up at you, completely changed, laughing. Zara, you've got him dead to rights. You got your sights on him as he starts standing back up.
Just keep your distance. Do not advance any further. Keep your distance.
I'm gonna be real close. It's great.
No. If you take one step forward, I will shoot you.
He takes a step forward.
I shoot him.
Go ahead.
Like in the leg.
Okay.
Hold back now, Zara.
3 successes.
3 successes. That's 3 points of damage. Does your gun have armor piercing?
You should have actually rolled from your gun instead.
Sorry.
That's right. You can probably
Go
just
ahead
roll the
and
additional
roll from
dice.
your gun, but I'm going to let you keep your 3 successes at a minimum. You rolled. I'll throw another success on there just to kind of make sure that evens out because you did good. 3 damage for your smart gun. That's an M56A2.
Wasn't fancy. 6 total damage.
It's a
Big
lot of
old gun.
damage.
I'm not seeing in its description any. Oh, yes. Armor piercing.
Armor piercing full.
Right
Okay.
there. First words.
Okay. This is armor piercing. He takes all 6. He does not go down as you blow his leg just clean off. And this severed leg goes flying. You can see the foot is swollen and abnormally large as just this spray of this multicolored glitter goes shooting out from the stump as he collapses on the ground. You're going to have to do more than that to keep me down. Let's go ahead and do initiative.
Yay.
How do you do initiative again?
It's not super fancy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. Hang on a second. I just realized I'm showing this all to the
D10 for
stream, and the
everyone.
stream didn't get to see any of it because I didn't update. I'm going to roll. It's all a D10. Hang on a second. Well, no, it's. Hang on before you do that. Okay, it's I got a table that I'm going to roll, and we'll have to manually update the numbers. So let's start out with our players. Zara, I'm going to give you the first roll. Anyone got any initiative adjustments? No. Zara pulls a 5. Marvin, how did you get a 1? Did you roll a D10 already?
I just clicked on the die on the little icon for my
Oh,
character.
Does that work? Everyone try that. See if that works.
What did you?
Do you see the
The tracker
up top?
on the top left. There's a little die on your little character.
Ah.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll have to turn this on the Ishtar table.
Yeah.
I think it might be, but
There's duplicate numbers in there, but that's fine. Who cares?
that may be the drawback of it.
Yeah. You're all also allowed to, if anyone wants to swap initiative cards, you can do that at this time. Anyone want to do any trading?
If no one else does, I will let. Oh, Zara and I both have 5, so that's not helpful.
Yeah.
I have nothing useful to contribute to combat.
That's fine.
Higgs is way too curious to change on that.
Well, Higgs, you're at the bottom, though, because this
Oh,
is...
okay. It's the other
Do you
way.
want to be in front? You can take my spot if you want.
Yes, Higgs is very excited by this.
Okay, I'll
let's
take
see.
10. I'll just manually update it.
Okay. And Higgs will go to a 5. I got updates. 5. And Dan, where did you go? You're now.
Where did I? Oh, I went back to 5 for some reason.
You gotta. You gotta right click and update it there. I got you fixed already. All right, this clown leaps out. It's going to do a fist strike. Higgs and Zara are right there. So I'm going to do 1 to 2 is going to be Higgs. 3 to 4 is Zara. Zara, this is going to be against you. This is a powerful punch. We're going to attack with 10 base die. Oh, and I completely missed taking its leg off. It just goes kind of sideways as it's now kind of sprawled out on the ground right next to you, Zara, as it like leaps out with one leg, just completely misses.
She just sort of watches it as it just
Yeah.
falls to the side.
Marvin, you're outside. You can see this thing just attacked at Zara. What do you want to do?
I'm outside, like
You
outside
are
the room.
outside of the room they're in. So they're in like, you're in this big interior chamber, and they've set up like this series of like clean rooms inside with like metal framing and like glass paneling to kind of keep it environmentally sealed. So you can very clearly see them all. You're standing outside this. And there's the door.
Does that mean I could seal the room with them in it?
You absolutely could.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That'd be the smartest thing.
I mean,
to do.
I would do that, but Marvin's not going to do that. Had to correct myself there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It gives you that
Lucifer Dead before.
90% cut.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a fast action to move into engage,
Yeah.
right?
You don't
Fast
need
action.
either of us to
Okay.
fly out of here.
Then I'm grabbing my cutting torch and I'm engaging with the clown that was shot in the leg.
Yeah.
And just gonna try and burn its face off.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Just from your, yeah. That
One
is
success.
1 success for 1 point of damage. This thing
I
does
think
have
that's armor piercing as well.
Is it?
I think so. If I remember right from my old days.
Cutting torch
PG.
should be, I think.
Armor piercing, yes. Sorry.
Nice. Kick ass. That will definitely help. It's going to take that 1 point of... Oh, shit. Cutting torch does 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
As
pretty good.
you cut it down. Yeah.
You tell them to stop clowning around.
Oh, and
Fucking hate
actually,
clowns.
this thing... Good God, yeah, that cutting torch did a good amount of damage. Not only just letting you know you would kind of pick it up, it seems to really, really burn up hard when you hit it with this fire. You can see flesh sizzling underneath of it. Not that you may or may not have ever burned someone with your cutting torch before, but this is more than you would imagine it would do. Okay. So Cal and Paul are outside as all of a sudden you hear the squeaking noise coming up behind you, hard and fast. As you turn around and you see the most hideous looking balloon animal you have ever seen in your entire life. Let me make sure that's showing up for the stream. All of you should be able to see it there on the table.
I do.
Oh, God.
I just have to ask, Chuck, have you ever seen the movie Dark Star?
No.
It's an old John Carpenter film. And there is a terrifying alien that looks like a beach ball.
That's fantastic. As the squeaking charges in hard and fast. Let me actually open up the creature. It skitters forward directly at you. So it's going to come at you, Cal. Cal, you're going to take a point of stress, and
Okay.
you have to make a panic roll.
All right. Or I roll.
You're keeping it together. You're doing good.
I
But
picked the nerves of steel talent, which is helping me out here.
yeah, this thing does get 2 turns in a row, though.
My
And it's going to lash out at you with its balloon tentacles.
don't like that.
It pulls 1 success, so you're going to take 1 point of damage. And it's also going to inflict 1 point of stress on you.
Okay.
So if you have armor, you can roll your armor here, but it will be 1 point of damage. Oh, yeah.
And the static makes your hair stand up.
Your hair does start standing up inside your suit.
And
You don't take any damage, but you do take 1 point of stress.
so I got to roll stress again.
You don't have to roll.
Okay.
No, you don't have
Does
to
it
roll.
make the boom sound?
It
like,
does. It does.
Yeah.
All right. So Higgs and Zara, you both got a 5. I will let the 2 of you decide amongst yourselves who's going first.
Higgs is pretty focused on like getting close and studying this thing. So I'm going to let Zara decide whether or not she wants to let him do that or not.
I mean,
Zara,
you're going to get more glitter spray the closer you get because Zara's going to shoot it.
Yeah, Zara, go ahead and give me that shot. Higgs, if you're just going up to study it, it would just be an observation test.
Yeah.
Well,
Feel free to observe what you can before it.
I'd like
all
to
its
see,
parts together.
is it completely comprised of that glitter or is there some vital organs within it? Or, is it an airborne virus? Is the virus carried in the glitter? And is it even a virus? So yeah, that's kind of
Higgs is going to be so disappointed when he finds out it's just glitter.
Glitter.
Yeah.
I don't know, that'd be pretty fascinating.
The other stuff was just starch. This is just glitter.
You can see, kind of looking at the stump, it appears to be a series of these thin balloons acting as the veins and muscle tendons and ligaments. You can see that the bone work inside is this bright colored, like pink and purplish, with like just glitter pumping out of these veins as it's bleeding out, we can say. As Zara then just lights this thing up. Zara,
hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on, because of my talent, I get to do a couple other things. So,
sure.
how does it work?
Oh, goddamn, Adam.
Chuck, how did you not plan this far ahead?
I don't know.
We need to know the logic underneath.
It seems to be some kind of extra dimensional energy that has completely transformed this carbon-based humanoid into now a latex-based creature.
The glitter dimension.
There is some extra dimensional energy that has turned this carbon-based creature into synthetics, mainly rubber, almost like an older model, a synth.
Yeah.
But it does have sentience. And as I explained that, all of the PCs within close range of me get to reduce their stress level by 1.
I'll let everyone take that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the biggest reason.
Reassuring information.
Yeah.
Zara, this
Okay,
thing
cool.
is in terrible shape down on the ground next to you. It's taken some fire damage. Go ahead and roll me 2 more d6s. Okay, no more additional damage, but that does put 4 points of damage on this thing, which will break it. Let's see. Oh god.
Just more glitter
like
go
this.
spraying everywhere.
Like this. The
Oh.
clown is immediately torn apart. Any future attempts to analyze this will take a -2 to observation.
What? No.
Sorry, Doc. I hear there might be another one coming down the hall. Maybe you can
Chuck, go
study
ahead.
that one.
Chuck is breathing a sigh of relief that he doesn't have to make up more shit about these clowns.
All right.
For now.
Paul, you see this wild balloon creature attacking Cal.
Okay.
Your medic.
Let's see. And we're just outside the laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any like scalpels or anything at all that would be easily accessible?
Give me an observation test here. If you give me at least one success, the answer is yes.
All right.
You don't, no.
All right. Then I guess I'm gonna move up and I'm just gonna like punch it.
Sure, yeah.
Paul doesn't have weapons because he's a synth.
Yeah, that makes sense. You do pull a success.
Mm-hmm.
As you punch it, there's the squeak, like the as it like you hit, and it just kind of like floats away, kind of gently. Like you do put 1 point of damage on it. That's good.
And I'll kind of try to interpose myself between it and Cal.
Sure. And then with that, we move to Cal.
Fortunately, I'm going to undo your generosity a little bit here because I do have a personal med kit, and it does say that it does work as a +2 or as a 2 damage weapon. I assume it's got like a scalpel or something inside of it.
Okay. If you want to, well, you can say it has a scalpel. Scalpel's a weapon you can add to your character sheet.
Oh, I was probably just gonna scalpels in the inventory.
Yeah.
Make something up for now.
Okay.
It could be close combat
Yeah.
for that. I'll just roll that with 2 extra dice.
Good God.
Look at that.
Wow.
As you all hear
I'm a surgeon.
a loud pop, and then you see this creature deflating and like shooting through the air as it. And you see that that Cal has just taken his med kit and just fucking clubbed it against the ground.
I figure I just took the scalpel out and just.
Oh, did you
popped
just?
it.
Oh, okay, even better. You just pull the
Yeah.
scalpel out and you just give it a little poke, and it's just this, like, as it
Looney
flies
Tunes
away,
style.
deflates,
I've
eventually
always wanted to
lands,
do that.
laying on the ground. Combat does resolve at that point. Now what?
Now, you said there was more of them, right?
Yes, but we could also just recover the logs and collect the cryopod and perhaps just leave. It would be safer.
Now, there was one thing that I saw. The cryopod, he was put in there because there was a containment breach. And
Indeed.
so,
It would be worth something to someone to study.
yes, but do we know how fast the virus will spread
Clownification.
while it's underneath the sub-zero temperatures? I would like to analyze that for a little bit just before we move on.
Sure.
It does also seem worth studying that this virus is somehow triggered with an auditory sound. This is not a slow process, but the instant that you squeaked that annoying little device.
Yes, but you see, there I go assuming things. So we don't even know if this is a virus. It could be bacteria.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Mhm.
We were legally required to come here, look for survivors. We're not being paid to study anything or anyone. We get the cryopod, we get out of here. We maybe even set the place on fire before we go.
Would you like to explode in an explosion of glitter? I'm having trouble finding my words, but I would hate to see you suffer that same fate. And so I think out of all caution, we should study this before we transport it, particularly when we have to go to cryo ourselves.
If we leave him in the cryopod, he'll be contained. I'll put some straps around it. He won't get out.
Marvin, if you were looking to increase your income, as you seem to always be talking about, something like this that we could find down below, I'm sure would sell quite high to the highest bidder. This seems like a new type of weapon, perhaps, and those types of things always go for a good chunk of money. So it seems as if you're looking for money. You might not want to just leave so quickly and leave money on the table, as it were.
Listen, I'm a realist. I know that we'll go down there and we'll probably lose Paul and Higgs, and I'm going to have to fly this ship on my own. And the corporations out there aren't even going to buy this off us because the government's going to take it. They're going to say that it's theirs. We didn't get a piece of it. Why bother? Let's just cut to the end.
No, the corporations are the government.
Might explain why.
That's exactly my point.
Don't take risks. Don't take chances.
So you're opposed to a couple hours of just making sure that we're all safe.
I'm opposed to a couple hours of putting us in more danger, yes.
Well, we do have...
kind of lean towards Marvin's view on this one.
Originally, I was thinking that it would be safer to simply get the person from get the cryopod and load that onto the ship, but the doctor does raise a good point. We should know more about what we're dealing with so that we can observe proper safety.
No, yes.
A couple of hours would not be too far-fetched. We could
just remember, Paul, that the synth always dies first.
I don't die. I was never really alive.
So,
all right. Are we voting on it?
Yeah, we did say up front that we vote.
All right. I vote we leave. Anyone else vote we leave? Okay, who votes we stay?
Yes.
No, Paul, you don't get a vote. You're not alive.
That's true.
Dang it, now we need the tiebreaker, which is Paul.
We need the voting member to break the tie.
All right, I vote for a revote.
Well, yes, it's sometimes been
speaker.
Right, we just keep going until. Yeah.
I vote we adjourn until tomorrow.
I say the stays win because Paul gets a vote.
Well, yes, I mean, when it comes to votes of 4, in this particular case, I would say that number 5 is alive.
It's the tiebreaker. Otherwise,
yes.
All right, is what it is. While they're studying everything, though, I do want to get things prepped to get that cryopod out and like in our ship as fast as possible.
Sure. Yeah, you can start doing that.
Would you like some assistance?
Are you talking to me or to Higgs?
Yeah. I'd be speaking to Marvin.
Well, you could assist me, but you wanted to stay here, so no.
Okay.
I'll help you though.
So wonder we get anything done.
As the medic.
Yeah.
As the medic.
There is still someone's life at stake here.
If you want, Marvin, I will give you half of my cut if you just allow Paul to help you. That way, it just I'd hate for it to be dropped or anything like that.
Are you trying to say I'm bad at my job, that I can't do this on my own?
No, it's just that you seem to be focused on the money, and it's not as important to me. And I was just looking for an opportunity to give it to you without you, doing the oh no, I couldn't possibly take it. It's sort of the social interactions that go back and forth that waste a lot of time.
I take off my helmet.
Oh, well, that was your first mistake.
Zara
spit out my gum and I put it right on Higgs' mask like right in front of his
Sorry,
eyes.
Cal. That's very gross. You take your helmet off, take your gum, and just slap it. Right, you said on Higgs's helmet?
Yeah, right in front. All right, Paul, you're with me. Higgs is paying me half his cut.
Very well.
Yeah, it's only $250,000, so it's not much.
It buys like 2 sodas.
It does. It does.
Inflation is quite
Cal
terrible
and
now.
Zara, as you're kind of observers in this argument, you notice that the lighting in this chamber outside of the lab area you're standing in it's changing. It dims a little bit, and you start noticing kind of like swirling patterns in the light. It's purplish, reddish, blue. And then in the distance, you hear a loud squeak. And then another loud squeak. And it starts picking up in its rhythm faster and faster. There's less time between each squeak.
They're coming.
The other
They've
three are
got
completely
incoming.
engrossed in their argument. They don't notice initially.
The clown show is coming. We gotta go.
This is our Balin's tomb.
Well, as in any good
It's a clown
hypothesis,
car, probably.
it's good to admit when you are incorrect. So I think that we should go now.
Are we ready to go with
Are we
that
in the lab
cryo
still,
yet?
Chuck?
Yeah, you're still in the lab.
Can I like open drawers and stuff? I'm looking for scalpels specifically.
You find some scalpels. Not a
Okay.
problem.
I grab a hypodermic needle.
Yeah. As it's getting louder, you're all still in the lab. What are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Putting my helmet back on and going.
Yes, Marvin, you were correct.
Okay.
As always.
2 people are running.
I don't get
What
paid
about,
enough for this shit.
The rest of you, are you running towards the exit as well?
Zara will always bring up the rear, gun
Okay.
out, waiting
Yeah,
for
yeah.
I'm
Higgs,
sure Zara.
Higgs realizes the gig's up, so he's going to go.
Paul?
I will be like just ahead of Zara then.
Okay.
I'm
As you're
pulling Paul a little bit further up. He's our pilot. We need him to get out of here.
As
I
you're all
am-
running, Zara, this light's changing faster behind you. You can now hear the heavy thud of footsteps along with the squeaking. And somewhere off in the distance, circus music starts playing. As you glance over your shoulder just for a moment as you're running, and you can see maybe 20, 30 feet behind you, slowly gaining this 12-foot tall clown-like monstrosity. You're worried that you're all not going to make it to the door in time.
Hurry your asses up.
The queen.
I would like everyone here to go ahead and give me a mobility test.
Okay.
Yay.
And if there's additional, I want just 1 success is what I need. If you have additional successes, you can give them to someone who doesn't have a success.
Wow.
Al isn't messing around.
I
He got
pushed
8
for one.
successes.
I'll push if I can find mine.
Paul can
What test is it again?
Mobility.
Wow,
we're
and
rolling a lot of
still did not
blanks.
Succeed.
Yup.
How many people got successes and didn't?
Marvin
got 1
got
success.
a success.
And I'm pulling Paul. I won't. We can afford to lose a medic. We can't afford to lose a pilot.
How many successes?
Oh, I got 3
did you get?
successes. Thanks, Marvin.
I'm sorry. I meant scientist, not medic.
So with that, that means one person isn't going to pull a success.
I was in the back anyway, so I think it makes sense that I did not.
Okay. Well, with Higgs doing that, Higgs, you need to give me that stress roll. Keeping it together. Yeah, with Higgs, with that push, that does give enough for everyone to pull a success. You all slam into the door. You hit the button as this thing's just behind you. almost at you. There's no time to bother to close the door and to open the other one. It's going to grab you before you can. What do you do?
I am open the other door.
Throw the door open. You leap out as this thing just barrels through this door they made in the structure. It's standing out on the surface. You can see like glitter blowing off of its body in the wind. I'm forcing my hand on this one. There's no escape. Combat's the only solution. So let me
Actually, now that it's outside, we just shut the door back and we leave them out there.
It blew through that door, man.
Oh, okay. Like it
Pounded it right open.
destroyed it.
Yeah. So now we need it to not destroy the ship.
Well, good thing we still got our suits on.
Yeah.
That could have instantly been a problem.
Did it not? Why did it not? I want the combat carousel. It didn't come back up for me. Come back, combat carousel.
We
This
like
is
to.
Booty. Hang on a second. I'm not giving up on this.
Did it come up when you started a combat
I
encounter?
don't- No, it didn't.
Oh,
I began. No, it
So
doesn't.
did you just like do a mid-journey thing for Clowns by H.R. Geiger?
Yeah. So the thing that I was I don't even remember what it made me think of it, but I was giving Ashley, we were watching something. I'm like, whatever this needs, zombie outer space clowns. And I'm like, that's a fucking all right. That's a goddamn alien one shot right there. All right. We'll do this manually. Zara, you pull a 4. God, open back. Paul. 10. Marvin.
Yeah.
6. Higgs. 2. Cal. 1. And then 3 for this thing.
I know who I'm trading with.
Okay. Initiative is entered. Are we doing any
I'm-
trading?
I'm trading with Zara.
Zara, are you cool with that? You're going to position 1?
yeah, that works.
Need you to shoot it.
Do that.
All right. Combat begins then. Zara, this thing is broken out of the wall behind you.
Okay. Unlike the last time, I am shooting center mass of this thing. That is a success. 3 damage.
All
Chuck
right.
rigged this table. These dice suck.
I did not.
They really have, right?
Well, it's
Well-
just kind of
Oh,
in general with
shit.
Alien, the more dice you have, the worse you roll.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
poor
also
Jeremy.
doesn't help that I've been rolling well. That's actually probably the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Ignore that armor roll I just did. That was incorrect because you have armor piercing. It is going to soak 1 point of damage, so you put 2 points on that thing. All right, you take your shot, 2 points of damage. Higgs.
This one's a little bit different than the other one, but I wonder if they have any similarities. As I will focus intently on what happens as the bullets exit through.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the exit wounds.
Yeah, just give me an observation test here. As the bullet pierces through, you can see that there is this spray of glitter. And you can see like bits of like balloon flesh poking out. But you can also see this glitter spray kind of hits the structure behind it. And you can see the glitter starts like dissolving the stone and metal where it collides. It's an acidic glitter.
So what is its purpose?
The acidic glitter? Or
No,
the
this
creature?
the creature I'm analyzing.
To bring the worst kind of joy to the galaxy.
Okay, and then what problems could it cause? I get 2 questions because of 2 successes.
If this thing manages to escape the planet, it could convert all living life in the universe into these clown monstrosities.
We need to make sure that this doesn't leave. You see that acidic blood there? It will hurt us, and also it could convert us into clown monsters as well. So, no matter what happens, it cannot leave the surface of this planet. Yeah, and because of that, we can all reduce the stress.
Nice. You're gonna need it because it's its turn. Assessing the threat, it just pauses and it laughs maniacally. Everyone take a point of stress. Cal, it's your turn.
Well, I don't have any useful things to do here, but does anybody want to lose some stress?
You have a scalpel.
I have one.
Do you want to lose it, though, is the question.
I don't know. Do I?
So
Okay.
the thing with
Keep in
stress
mind.
in this game is the more stress you have, the more dice you get to roll. But your stress
Oh.
die also, if it comes up with the little face hugger symbol, a natural 1 on it,
One. Yeah.
you then have to roll your panic roll to see if your character becomes panicked. And if you become panicked, it could be you drop an item, you scream in fear and you lose your next turn. You have to run for cover, or you
Stress
go
the
mad and
rest
you
of us
try
the hell
to
out.
kill your friends.
I'll lose the stress.
Okay.
Okay. Because I have the calming presence talent, so I can reduce the stress level of another character by 1. So
Okay.
Sure. Thanks.
You do that.
I will do that.
I got my new buddy on my sheet.
There you go. As the creature takes
Seems
another
like it's
turn.
worked out that way. Calm down, Marvin.
Oh, it's
We're
going to
gonna
do a
get those
head bite.
paychecks.
Oh,
You know what? I want
I
to
don't
keep
like
this
that.
fair. So I'm just going to roll a d10 and see who it's going after. It's going after Cal.
I said we could lose a medic.
It had 2 successes on that. So Cal, it is going to deal 3 damage. Do you have any?
You have armor still, technically. So
So you reduce it by 1. You take 2 damage. I want to highlight one thing
Mhm.
in that damage description.
Automatically inflicts a critical injury.
I am not
Number
gonna,
64.
Number 64 is it just blows your brains out and you die.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that to you though, Dan. I'm going to give you something else. As it run
Oh,
up
no.
and it bites you, it injects you with its clown glitter blood venom.
Oh,
Dan,
He's like, can I just die?
Dan, you're going to give me a test here. You're going to give me a stamina test.
resist the glitter.
I
If,
got 1 point. I'll go ahead and give the if. So
if you fail, you die. If you succeed, you become infected.
Oh, I almost wish I would have failed instead.
You all look over after Cal's been bit in the head. His helmet is cracked open. As you can see, his skin has gone pale. His hair is turning colors and it's curling up. Cal, you're now on my team.
I guess it's good for you guys. I don't have anything useful on me.
Marvin, it's your turn.
I always hated you, Cal. And I take a blowtorch to his face.
You're going to take a blowtorch to Cal's face?
Yeah. Is he within like engaged? Do I need to use
Sure.
my fast action to move, or am I good?
I was right next to you, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I have.
Yeah. Because I have hard hitter, where if I don't need to, I can skip my fast action for an extra 2 dice.
Sure, yeah. So you're going to right click on your cutting torch and you'll just add a 2 to the bonus. And Cal, one thing with this infection is you are vulnerable to fire now. So you don't get any armor. Oh,
That's
that
fine.
kills
I
I
was
have
already
armor
at
piercing
one.
anyways.
I was at 1 HP also, anyways. So
Okay, this is fun. This is fun.
Looks like our cut just got a little bit better, y'all.
even if I healed up to full, he would still do all my health and damage.
I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I am sorry.
Okay, cool. So Dan, I'm giving you the clown creature, totally not a xenomorph injury table. You are mortally wounded. You do die at the end of this, but in a bout of clownish joy, you get to perform a fast action and a slow action right now.
Boy,
If you try to escape and you succeed, you do get to regain half your health.
I feel like that would be the well, shoot.
How does evil clown Cal handle this situation? Do you fight or do you run?
I feel like I gotta try and spread joy to everyone here.
Okay. You
The
get
only
to,
way to do that is to attack.
Are you attacking Marvin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any weapons other than my surgical kit, so
Just do the same attack you did with that last time, yeah?
gotta see how you got these scars here soon.
God. Go ahead and roll it. Marvin, he's attacking you.
In less than 1 round, I added Cal to my buddy list and then moved him to my rival list.
Understandable.
2 successes. That is, you said a base of 2 damage.
3 damage.
So yeah, 3 damage altogether there, Marvin. You do
Not
get
armor
to roll
piercing.
your armor. You don't. Do you have armor? You have an Evo suit on. That would give you
I do
some-
not have armor other than the Eva suit, whichever,
It counts as
whatever
5
that gives me.
armor.
Yeah, it's got like 3 dice.
Oh,
in it.
okay.
Hang on a second.
I gotta add it to my character sheet then.
I did the Mark 35 is the cheapest one. That's what I put on.
Where is
What's
Yeah.
it
yeah, I got it
called?
added
What's
to
the
your
first?
sheet.
Okay, thank you.
Ah, fucking Christ. Okay, so now at the yep. No, you take all 3.
All right. I'm hurting.
What does that take you to on your health track there?
3 out of 5.
Okay. Well, he dealt 3 damage to you.
Yeah. It takes you to 2.
Oh, I was going up because it started me at. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going up instead of down because it started me at 0.
Okay.
My bad.
That's all right.
Oh,
As
gotcha.
long as we're clear on it, yeah.
I have
Oh.
2 left either way.
2 left either way. The clown gets to go again. Am I going to get a TPK on a one-shot today? No,
Might.
it's just assessing the threat. Everyone take a point of stress. Except for you, Cal. You're friend now.
Do I get half my health back then?
No, you didn't
'Cause I
run
s-
away.
Oh, okay. Running away is what gets me my health back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wait. No, you are dead now. After you, yeah. After you
It's your
smashed
best clown
Marvin.
laugh.
It is. It's amazing. Good job. After he smashes you with his med kit, Cal drops to the ground, dead at Marvin's feet, spraying glitter out of the wounds from the cutting torch. Luckily, this glitter doesn't seem to be acidic. Paul, you're up.
Paul is going to try to. He's over the radio. He's like, "Get to the ship," and he is sprinting for the ship.
Okay. You use your fast action and your slow action. I'll tell you what,
Yep.
you're not parked that far away. You can get to the door of the ship.
Okay.
Zara, you're up.
Laura's job is to shoot things, so that is what she will do.
Okay. Wow, that's really good.
Shoot, you do.
That is going to be
Nice job.
6 damage. Do you want to push?
I don't think so. That's like
Okay.
the best I've rolled.
Okay.
all night, so I think I'll just leave it there.
And he takes all 6.
Oof.
You know what, Zara? I don't appreciate this. He's not down, but it is so goddamn close. And you're shooting from a distance.
Push,
this
Sarah.
acid splash. Now I've already got it entered. We're too late for that. Higgs, you're up.
I look around. Is there any sort of like gas line that would be through here?
Give me an observation test. If it's a success, then the answer is yes.
Laughing gas.
You find that they have, what is laughing gas?
Nitrous
Nitrous
oxide.
oxide?
Nitrous oxide. Yeah.
Is nitrous oxide?
Could also just be helium.
Yes, because that's nitrous that they use for making cars go faster.
It is.
That's true.
It's O3.
So it makes the lab go faster.
It does say
Right.
here nitrous oxide is non-flammable. We'll say there's a helium line that you see running through the area.
Okay, so I'm gonna like reach out towards Marvin just to point his torch at the helium line for a little bit, and I want it to be a controlled area so that it bursts out towards the clown.
Oh, I guess helium's not flammable either.
No, it isn't.
No,
it's
it's
a
not.
noble gas.
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah.
it. There is a super highly flammable danger gas running
They
through
use-
here.
As
They
long
use
as there's not more than
petroleum,
one
so-
breach, this will work.
Yes, there's whatever it is. It's super flammable. You know what? I do
they-
want you to give me a. You are trying to get a very specific spot of this. I'll give you your choice. You can either make this as a ranged combat or a mobility test.
We'll do ranged combat.
I'm sorry, close combat. My bad. Close
Oh.
combat or
Well,
mobility.
it's the same thing.
Okay.
So
As all of a sudden, Marvin, Higgs grabs your arm with the torch and points it down at this gas line.
and then I will pull him away as I got one success.
This gout of flame. Adam, roll me D6. Roll me 6 D6s. So.
Not a single 6.
Not a single 6. There was. Do you want. How do I want to do that? Because that's the gas just going off. It explodes in this ball of fire, but sadly, none of it connects with the clown.
We've got a temporary wall keeping it from us. Let's run. So I'll use my movement action to go towards the ship.
Okay, sure. Yeah, well, you start running towards the ship. And yeah, the clown, it takes its first turn. It does have to move around this fire. You have bought some time. Cal, you're still dead. You can see the clown clearing around the other side of the fire, closing in. Marvin, what are you going to do?
All right, fucker. I'm sick of your laughing. I'm going to make you scream. And I rush forward with the cutting torch.
I love it. You rush forward with the cutting torch. You run in.
Did he actually reach me? Do I need to rush? Or am I already engaged?
Because
he spent
of
two
the
turns?
fire, it kind of backed off and had to move around. So it's no longer right up on you. You would need to use your fast action to close in.
Fair
on
enough.
it.
Fair enough. I'm pushing.
Yep.
Oh no.
You run up
God
and
damn it.
you stumble and you go wide with your torch and you just miss altogether. As the creature. Oh God. I like this very much.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
As it just runs, it's towering over you. It buries its hands in its chest and it just rips its cage open as this mess of balloons and glitter just completely envelops you, Marvin.
I would say it's a badass way to go, except for all the balloons and glitter.
Yeah.
And then everyone in short range suffers a D12 acid splash attack.
Luckily, this thing moved, and then Marvin ran up to it.
So just
So,
Marvin.
I think it's
takes
just
the D12?
Marvin.
Good luck running the ship without me.
I can do why.
I'm going to say that is going to deal 6 points of damage. You can armor that.
You're not rolling. You're just saying 6.
No, it rolled it for me. If you click on
It
that
rolled
12,
a 1 though, because I didn't see a 6. I think you're definitely cheating here, right?
Not cheating. If you click on the 12, it tells you how many dice. So you soak 2 of that. So you take 4 points.
I'm dead.
You're not necessarily dead. You take a critical injury.
I'm broken. Whatever it is.
Yeah, you're gonna take.
Zara can still haul you to the ship.
If only we had a medic.
I'll put you in a cryopod.
It just melts out all of your teeth as you're lying on the ground,
Oh,
broken.
It hit you with Mountain Dew right in the
It
mouth.
Our dental is horrible too.
Ultra Mountain
Paul,
Dew.
it's your turn. You look back and you can see Marvin lying in the remains of this clown that just eviscerated itself over Marvin, slowly melting. Marvin, I need you to give me a a stamina test.
Okay.
This is Marvin that's giving me this, not Paul.
Oh, yeah. Stamina.
Steven already talked about closing the door. You did. You pulled a success. Good job. You're not going to die from this. You're going to change into a clown. As Paul, you look back and you can see that his flesh is melting and slowly reconfiguring into this clown-like visage. Paul, what are you doing?
I say again to the others, I'm like, we are leaving, and I get on the ship and I'm heading for the bridge. But I left the door open for the others to get on board. Does our ship have any weapons?
Yes, sure.
Okay, just in case.
Sure. All right, Zara. What are you going to do? Are you running or are you shooting?
Shooting.
Steven, you can reset your health back to 5.
Okay.
Go ahead and shoot, Zara. You're shooting at Marvin now.
I mean, you don't have to. Zara, we were friends. I was going to offer you a cut.
So that is going to be 4 damage against you. Marvin, you can roll your armor. Zara, you do need to roll me stress.
I do. So just because it's a one shot, I am going to do overkill.
Oh, nice.
So
Melissa, we're friends.
I don't panic. I just
Overkill.
shoot until everything is dead. So I do nothing other than shooting or reloading until everything is dead.
Let me.
It is armor piercing too, so your armor would be halved.
So what does overkill actually bonus does? it
It's
do?
not very
So
well
I
explained.
looked it up online. So basically, being in overkill is that all you are doing
Yeah.
is shooting until all of the enemies are dead. Like that's all you're doing is attacking.
Oh,
Until
so
there's
it
nothing left to
negates
attack.
any kind of panic
Right.
stress. Okay, cool.
So you're just
Oh yeah, all right, you don't need to roll. We will say Marvin, I'll give you that one. So Marvin, you're gonna take that's 3 base, 4. You're gonna take 3 points of damage, Marvin.
Even I didn't have my armor though from the armor piercing. Does that matter?
I'm just gonna, if we cut that in half, I'll still say you got a success on it.
Okay.
Higgs, you're up.
Well,
Is leveraging for that TPK real hard here.
I'm heading for the ship because I do remember that there was some sort of a flamethrower inside the ship. Was there not?
High or low, Adam?
Low.
There is, in fact, a flamethrower on the ship.
Yes.
Nice.
We used it to clear away some brush. I think it could be equally useful in this sort of situation.
Okay.
Higgs, I was always so nice to you.
Marvin says in a clown voice, Marvin, it's your turn. You're on my team now. So
I'm gonna go towards the person who keeps shooting me like a jerk with my cutting torch.
you close in on Zara with your
Yes.
cutting torch. Make your attack. Pull a success for 3 damage. Are you going to push?
Yeah, I'm gonna push because she keeps shooting me.
Oh no.
2 more successes. Zara, that is going to be 5 damage.
Oof.
You take 2. You soak
Armor
2.
piercing halves.
It does. I did rule in favor of you getting to keep your success.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Zara, yeah, you're going to, that's 3, what was that, 5 damage altogether? 5,
back
you're
to
going to
3.
take 3 damage.
All
Because the
right.
base damage is 3.
Hmm.
I'm still up.
Okay. All right. Paul, you're on the ship.
All right. Has anyone else gotten on board the ship?
Yes. Higgs is on the ship and he's grabbed a flamethrower and it looks like he's heading back out.
I like remote close the door and I'm like I'm multitasking. I'm closing the door, I'm getting the engines prepped, and I want to like start aiming. Do we have like a railgun or anything?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna start trying to aim it at the big clown.
So here's the big clown is dead. It's just Marvin. But
Oh.
here's my
it's just Marvin.
question. You're
I am a little
remotely-
overweight though, so it still works.
Oh my. You're aiming at, so, okay, you're closing the door. Are you trying to close Higgs in?
Yes.
It is going to be, I'll say you can get the engines prepped and you can do one of those actions. You can aim or you can close the door.
I'll close the door.
Give me a
excuse
compact.
me. I'm trying to.
I have an obligation to keep you safe, Doctor.
Well, what about the obligation to Zara?
She was signed on to security. Her life is expendable, unfortunately.
Ouch.
That answers your question in chat, Melissa.
It does.
I was like,
She just asked, "Are you trying to keep Zara out?"
Non-intentional.
answer is yes.
So yeah, John, give me that comtech.
Okay.
Yeah, Higgs, the door closes right in your face.
Huh. Well, fiddlesticks.
Zara,
Shooting.
put Higgs down
I'm
or
in
Marvin
overkill.
down. Go ahead.
I'm really injured. What if you push and get a couple hits? I'm not going to make it, so you're good.
You got a hit. That's 3 points of damage. You push.
Oh, yeah. Look at
That's
that.
another 2
3
successes.
successes.
That's going to be 5 damage altogether.
I think
Oh,
it's
no.
another 3
Three
successes.
more.
Yeah, that's 6 damage altogether. So this time we will make sure. Steven, good. You have
I did
your
armor piercing. Yep, there it is.
All right, Steven, Marvin goes down, but I'm going to roll the same critical injury table as I gave Cal.
Oh,
Okay, so Marvin, you get to perform immediately. You're going to die at the end of the round, or at the end of this. You get a slow action and a fast action. You can use it to attack, or you can use it to flee. If you use it to flee,
I'm going to flee and live.
okay, give me a mobility test. You flee, and I need you to roll stress for me.
So that counts as a failure, right? The xenomorph thing.
So by rules by the book, yes, it does. As soon as you roll that, your turn stops. I don't like that.
Okay.
So I say your
Well,
action-
actually, I have a talent that has to do with it. That's why I was
Okay,
asking.
sure. What do you got?
I've seen it all, done it all before. Nothing surprises me. Once per session, I can ignore all failures from a single roll.
That would be it then, yes. So yeah, You successfully break away from Zara. And Zara, you're watching him run off towards the
Giggling
distance.
madly.
Higgs.
So at that point, then Zara, being like, okay, I'm done shooting, will then turn around to the ship, thinking, okay, now I'm going to run to the ship. And at that point, she will notice that the door to the ship has been closed.
Okay. We will break out of initiative. Hey there, Griffin. We will break out of initiative. So, Paul, doors closed, engines are going. You got this gun. You're scanning around. You can see Marvin disappearing in the distance. Higgs, you've got this flamethrower. Are you trying to force this door open?
Zara is still there.
Still outside, yeah.
If I see that Marvin has run off, I will like pop the door back open. But I'm like, get her inside. I'll watch for him.
Zara, as you're turning towards the ship, you see the door slide open, and you can see Higgs standing there with the flamethrower waving you in.
Zara will book it.
Okay, and here's how we're going to end this. You all make it on the ship. You take off. The three of you were lucky enough to avoid infection.
For now.
You make it to space. Enter in your logs what happened, report it, continue on. Eventually, Zara and Higgs, you go back into cryo, leaving the ship to Paul. And as you see the ship sailing off through the stars, you can see clinging to the exterior, bright pink hair, clown face, is Marvin. Hitching a ride. That's where we wrap
Again, like an Alabama tick.
Yeah, like an Alabama tick.
As is the way I was the only character who died.
Yeah, Cal is the only one who actually died.
Sure.
All right, that's the end. We need to get out of here because if I remember correctly, Steven and Melissa have got some One Ring here in a couple hours.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, let's just do our closing plugs and then we will go. So Melissa, Steven, will you two kindly inform us what the Lollygaggers got happening?
Oh crap! I'm so not prepared for this.
I can do
So
some of it if you want.
We are on Monday. We are going to be doing a one shot. We're going to be doing kind of a zombie kind of a game on Monday. Let's see. Next Friday we will be back to Hunter. We've got a couple sessions left for our arc of Hunter the Reckoning that we've been doing. Obviously, here in a couple hours we're going to have One Ring. And Steven?
On the 17th, back to our Tuesday slots, we'll be starting Forbidden Lands. I'll be running that. Melissa will be in there. Jeff will be in there, and a couple others that should be a good group.
Like some Forbidden Lands. That's good stuff. So links in the chat here. It's twitch.tv/adventures in lollygagging. Yeah, plenty of stuff. Then I'll do some Defenders of Cobalt. Which immediately takes me off Defenders of Cobalt. Tonight, 9 p.m. Central, you can catch Dan and I over on the Goodman Games official Twitch as Bert is running us through some weird frontiers. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central on Defenders of Cobalt, we are playing Alien, All Fear the Ishtar. We're currently space pirates. Dan and John are over there in that with me. What?
Yar.
Friday nights at 10 p.m. Central, we are doing, what are we doing? We're doing Hearts. Joe's running that. Dan and John are there with me on that as well. What else do we got? That's Defenders. John, tell us about what we're doing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we're going to do some Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'll be running Chuck and Steven and a couple others. We're going to start up doing the Age of Ashes adventure path. So starting off with Hell Knight Hill. All goblins. Oops.
Yep. All goblins. We're going to be...
All goblins, oops.
Oops, all goblins. Yeah. We'll be recording that on YouTube, and then we'll be putting it up on YouTube. So it won't be a live show you'll get to watch, but you will get to watch it on the YouTube for DOK. And Adam.
We got a couple things. First off, we have a web store on our website now because we became a distributor for Andrews McNeil. So if you wanted to support the studio directly by buying any Zweihander products, you can do so on our website, but also do keep a look on our website because we are currently looking into a way to get t-shirts sold on the website. Chuck is doing a wonderful job of modeling said t-shirt. And so they may change a little bit, but yeah, we're looking into other things there. Also, something that I've been sitting on for quite some time, which will be up soon, just don't know exactly when. We have copies of Mangausch from the original Kickstarter when it ran that has the Dan Mandich exclusive cover. And so those are just left over from the Kickstarter. And so if you're the collector type and you really love Dan Mandich's art, it's there's only a few left, never to be sold again. We'll put those up there on the website. And so keep an eye out for that over the next month or so.
Hey, very cool. Anyone got anything else? Anything I missed? No? All right, then we're going to get out of here. In 2 weeks from today, we'll be back at this time slot. We should be back to our Through the Hedgerows Tales from the Loop campaign. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.